Good morning. Wow, my phone goes off literally as we go live. That's so great. At least it wasn't ringing this time. But good morning. It's Thursday, November
16th.
16th. Thank you, Joe. All these days are blending together. I thought it was Friday all morning. But I'm excited. We're back. We took 2 days off. I'm fired up because I went 3-0 on my picks. So I get to actually talk about winning, which is fun whenever you win money. We got some good hobby hits. I talked about Topps Chrome update series on Monday that it was releasing this week, and I feel like a kid in a candy shop. We ripped 3 cases in the shop. I've been following on Fanatics Live for 2 days straight, basically watching all these hits, looking for these debut patches. We have 2 that have surfaced around the hobby so far, so I'm excited to bring those to you guys. We'll talk about some of the hits around the hobby. We'll get into our picks of the night. Joe has a good one I'm excited about that I'm going to tail for the Thursday night game, and good stuff going on all around. But thank you guys for being here. This is Bets and Breaks, the show for calculated risk takers, gambling, sports cards, and collectibles. Oh my God, I can't speak today. Brought to you by SeatGeek. If you guys like to go and do any sporting events, concerts, all that kind of stuff, SeatGeek is a great ticket app. Make sure you guys download that. If you guys use my last name for your first purchase, it's spelled Ranaudo. You'll get $20 off your first purchase. So into the picks. We won. Bets and Breaks. Pick of the night. Sacramento +3. They freaking crushed it. Dude, Sacramento gets no love on the books right now.
Yeah.
I took them again last night. They were -1 against the Lakers. They won by 15. Like, it's unbelievable. I don't get it. So I've been riding Sacramento, but that was nice. We cashed that one super easy. I also took there wasn't a lot of NBA games on Monday night. I took Tatum over 40.5 points, rebounds, and assists. He cashed that. I took Giannis over 44.5 points, rebounds, and assists. He cashed that. So I went a smooth 2-0 the other night, so that was nice. And Bets and Breaks went 1-0. Always like that.
I did not go either of those. I went 0 on Monday night. Josh Allen killed me. He killed the Bills, but he also killed my bet
He's
slip.
poo-poo, man. I want to like Josh Allen. I really do, but he turns the ball over so damn much.
You know what's funny is in fantasy, he's the number 1 value player in fantasy football
Still?
right now. Yes.
Even with all the turnovers?
Yeah.
Do you guys get penalized on turnovers on that?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. And he's still really? Is it because he rushes so much and throws?
There's a lot of touchdowns,
Yeah,
a lot
exactly.
of passing yards.
Yeah.
Which is why I thought 250 was safe. It was not. He didn't even come close. He didn't sniff 250. Dalton Kincaid did get his 40 yards, so I was right there. And then the flyer that I took on him getting 2 touchdowns, I felt okay about. He had 1 by halftime, but 2 picks and a fumble in the game doesn't help.
Hurts.
Yeah.
I loved it. I tailed you on that, and then I told you I also did Josh Allen for 275 and Dalton Kincaid for 50. Like I did the latter almost on those, so I hated on those. You're right. I watched the whole game. It was awful. Like they just couldn't get in rhythm. And like I said, he turns the ball over at crucial times.
I feel really good about Kincaid though. Did you watched that whole game? His target share is just climbing and climbing as the
100%.
season goes on. He's gonna be a killer.
I think I took him for his over, which changed. So when we did our show that morning, it was 4.5, and I was like, "Ooh, I like that. I'm gonna take that. I like him for 5 receptions." By the time Mikey Mata came in for his show, mic'd up, he was like, "Yeah, Kincaid over 5.5," and I was like, "Oh, it went up," and he was like, "Oh, I love it." I don't think I took it. I got to look back on my thing, but I think he ended with 5.
Yeah,
but he did get a lot of targets.
He and Sam Laporte. You said you did watch the game Monday night. You can see exactly what I was talking about with the tight ends.
Exactly.
They even have them playing like slot now.
Yep.
Just figuring out ways to put those bigger bodies into the passing game.
Yeah.
It's very interesting to me.
No, I like it. I told you, like, that's why I asked the question, because on Sundays I love taking tight ends for receptions. Like, it seems like that's becoming a huge part of the offenses nowadays. We didn't do a lottery pick. I did put in my 5 picks that we talked about, but it didn't hit. I think I hit 3 of the 5 or whatever. But we didn't put one officially on here, so there's nothing really to recap on that one. Those were our picks from the other day. We'll get into our picks of the night at the end of the show, so stick around for those. Joe's got a good Thursday night one, and mine are all about college basketball and NBA. Damn it, I'm going to do it for tomorrow. I'm going to count all my NBA picks this year, like just literally spreads. I've had a really nice start to the season so far. So I'm gonna get all my numbers just straight up. No parlays, just straight pick'ems. it's been strong. So
That
I'm
was
excited.
that was really bold of you to say.
know.
I mean, you don't even like send in your
know.
bet slips.
I know. Well, I got to celebrate the NBA this year because I lost so much damn money on the NBA last year. So I'm like,
Yeah.
but something tells me there's some conspiracy theory. Like they're going to be like, yeah, dude, you're doing great in basketball. And then I put that one big bet down and I'm going to lose. So yeah, still early. All right, let's jump into some current events around the hobby. Some really cool news yesterday. Again, SGC continues to innovate in the collectible space. So if you guys aren't familiar with them, they are a grading company where you can send sports cards to them to get graded, verified, and encased. They have a really cool black case. You can see them behind me right here. I don't know if you can hear me on here, but it's a really cool display. I really like them. They're innovating in the game, and they're taking a lot of market share from PSA. So they're doing things that are just creating great customer retention and have great customer service. So their founder, CEO, owner made an announcement yesterday that they have another special going on for a limited time. Any Bowman product from 2022 or 2023, you're going to be able to send in for a limited time at $9 a card. So it's pretty crazy. Bowman Chrome, Bowman U, whatever it is, baseball products, they're doing a really cool thing for 2022, 2023 cards. And you can get them back in 5 days. Like really, SGC is making moves right now, and they are changing the game in the grading world. So I appreciate that as a shop owner. Very cool thing going on. Nothing crazy on releases because I think National Treasures basketball came out. I'm a little salty. There's just not a ton of allocation. It's a rare product and stuff. So as a new shop, we've only had a direct account for a year and a half. We didn't get any of that product allocated, so I'm a little salty. I don't even want to watch the National Treasures breaks, but it is one of the best products in basketball. That's where you can get the true RPAs of all the rookies and stuff like that. So that's out this week. You can catch a bunch of breakers breaking it on Fanatics Live and whatnot, all that kind of stuff. But really, Chrome Update Series has been the main hit. That's what we talked about Monday. It released Tuesday morning or 12 o'clock Tuesday. Breakers have been killing it. That's the one with the MLB debut patches. We ripped a couple in shop. It's what our collectible catch-up is about today. So you can see a nice Corbin Carroll case hit right here. It's been fun. Jonah and I ripped 2 cases in the shop. I took one home just to rip it home while I watched the basketball game. Literally felt like a kid. Got a nice Shohei case hit. Great product. The cards look awesome. It's a ton of rookies, a ton of refractors. The inserts are really cool, and it seems like the popularity amongst the hobby is really strong. Every live show that I watched last night in the baseball category, everybody was ripping Topps Chrome. They were ripping through it really fast, too. It was a lot of fun to watch. We'll jump into some gambling news, and then I'll show you some of those hobby hits. But real quick, cool news, ESPN Bet launched 2 days ago, so Louisiana is one of 17 states that you can download the app and you can place live sports bets with now the ESPN branding, formerly Barstool Sportsbook. So if you were a Barstool Sportsbook member, that's going to be the same credentials that you're going to use to log in to ESPN Bet. It is so new, and the app is so, the word is right, not downloaded enough yet. It's literally like 15 scrolls on the App Store. You got to find it. So make sure you download the right one. There's a couple in there that are early. Obviously, as it gets more popular, it'll be up there higher. But you know what's kind of crazy is it's not available in some states like New York, because New York has only 3 licenses available, maybe a Connecticut, New York or Connecticut, one of the two. But they only license out 3 sportsbook to allow people to sports gamble in.
So did they not, whenever Barstool was with Penn, did they not have New York?
I'm not sure. That's a good
Because I would
question.
imagine if it's the same thing, like ESPN's just with Penn now, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So that's odd to me that they would only be in 17 states.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's just, so basically, like, I guess some states have different stipulations. Like here, we can obviously have more than 3 because we have DraftKings, FanDuel, you can have Bet365, you have Caesars, we had Barstool,
MGM,
ESPN now,
PointsBet, yeah.
PointsBet. So it just depends on the legislation, I guess, of the state, which was really interesting to me to think about. So that was really interesting. Also, I want to talk about the promos, right? Most sports books offer promos when they're first launching. They're trying to get activation. So first of all, I would go find somebody that has an activation code where you can get, $250 in free bets when you bet $1. There's a bunch of them out there. I used Action Network's code. Hopefully our show will have one here in a little while that you guys will be able to use. So if you guys want to wait and show us some love and download with our code, you guys can do that. But if not, you guys can use a code. They're giving, as soon as you bet $1, you get up to $250 in free bets. They're going to give you the $200 in 4 installments of $50 at first. And as soon as you place your first $50 bet of that $200, you'll get the next $50. They're also offering a 100% deposit match up to $1,000. But this is where it gets tricky. You guys got to be careful, because you would think, oh my God, I got to go deposit $1,000. I'm going to get $1,000 back immediately, right? No, that is not the case. You are actually getting 5% back on every bet you make up to $1,000. So let's do some quick math there. So if you deposit $1,000, your deposit match would be up to $1,000, which means in order to get your $1,000, you have to bet $20,000 worth of money. At $1,000 worth of bets, you're only getting back $500. So again, you place a $100 bet, you're getting $5 back in money. So again, you just got to be aware of what the language is. You might not want to deposit $1,000 thinking you're getting $1,000 bonus match. Just be smart. The sports books know how to get you.
Well, that's how it's got to work, because if you let's say you deposit $1,000 expecting your $1,000 to come in, you can just withdraw $1,000.
No, DraftKings, but that's
the thought. That's why I'm saying they do
exactly
it
why they don't do it. Yeah, but DraftKings did do something when you first had the book, was they would give you your $1,000, but you physically couldn't remove it, and you had to bet that $1,000 within a certain amount of time or something like that. So in order for you to actually keep it in your account, you have to use it. Either way, they're going to get you to gamble. That's the whole idea behind it. Their psychology, they know how to get you. Let's see. Let's roll into the hobby hits a little bit. So we've been talking about this segment for a little while. Now with this product coming out, I did my homework. I was watching last night. It was really fun. So we grabbed a few from some well-known breakers, and I think Joe's got some for you on the video screen. We got some videos. We got some pictures. We'll talk about them, who they are, who the breakers are, and what they pulled. But
you want the audio on this? I have the Daddy Rips one.
Yeah, let's do that, because it was the first debut patch that you could find from Topps Chrome Update Series. This is really cool.
Here we go.
And it's gone.
Oh, it sure is.
Full case
There we go.
of Breakers Delight update, and here we go. We just found something we haven't seen before. We think it's a patch. Let's find out.
She's a little thicker than most.
She's a little thicker than most.
Jumanji, you call
Jumanji! MLB debut!
101!
Holy crap, I pulled that! Let's go!
Jumanji!
Oh my god!
32-year-old rookie!
Lego!
That's a fun one.
That's sick. And if you guys don't know the story, you kind of heard the guy razzing him in the back. It wasn't a dig at him. He really is a 32-year-old rookie. So if you guys don't know the story about Drew Maggi, I think I'm saying that right, but dude was in the minor leagues for like 13 years, and he made his debut this year. It was one of the coolest stories. They had it all over SportsCenter. I think he got a hit in his first at bat too. It's awesome. So, and I even saw in the comments on the Daddy Rips page, Drew commented on it, and then Topps collaborated with Drew for the post on social media. So again, I just love the way Topps is innovating. We talked about it. I think these players are going to be so proud of these patch cards. I'd be anxious to see how many players actually make runs to see if they're going to buy them. Something like that with Drew Maggi. If I pulled that, I think I would figure out a way to just get it to him, and maybe he would just break me off some money. I guess maybe pay for the box. I don't know, but I just feel like that's such a cool story that the dude waited 13 years to get to the big leagues, and now he was part of this MLB debut patch. That's got to be really cool for him. What do you have this next one? Do you have them in order here on the sheet? The Wemby?
Yeah, I have it.
Okay. This one is awesome. This was hilarious. So this Wemby 1 of 1, the black, the Nebula, is not supposed to be in this product. It was supposed to be in Prizm Choice only. So like the first off the line ones, that kind of stuff. So this was wild. They pulled the 1 of 1. This was awesome.
This has got to be going. Oh, did we just go black? We did. Look at Ducks. Holy shit. Oh, good Lord.
And just like that, Prizm Choice isn't worth as much.
I saw a bunch of comments that were like, Panini's CEO is punching the air right now. Like, yeah, that's a bad mistake. That is a bad mistake, but really cool. Again, you know, that shit happens. Like, it's part of the game. People make mistakes, they make errors and stuff. But good for the hobby. That was cool. And I read somewhere that that's probably a $20,000 card. Crazy. Think about that. This one was wild too. I just happened to be on Fanatics Live and I was just scrolling through some different breaks. And so they were opening some 03 Upper Deck. So if you guys don't know, that's LaMelo, Dwayne Wade, LeBron, Chris Bosh rookie year. And this dude is talking about how he just pulled a Dwayne Wade rookie. He opens it up, and I think Dwayne Wade was on top, like, again, and then watch what happens.
Could be big.
I actually love this. This could be a Paul Pierce. Oh, Paul Pierce!
Oh! There we go.
Oh, E-Walsh!
That's beautiful.
The KD rookie on the Sonics. Kelsey must be jumping up and down, too. Exclusives. Why don't you show off that Dwayne Wade you got?
Yeah.
Because John has, check this out.
Got Dwayne Wade, yep.
That is the Dwayne Wade rookie that you could hit out of this set.
Yep.
And we could be running that one later in the show tonight. So stick around.
Oh
my God, dude! How nuts is that? What a moment here on Fanatics.
You could just hit this card.
Wait a minute, how many rookies are you getting? Are you serious?
Oh, come on.
Wait a minute.
What?
Wait. Tell me LeBron. No way! What is happening here? What in the world?
That's what we would call a hot pack.
Are you kidding me?
All in a row.
Absolutely insane.
Yeah, that's a fun one.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna rip an 03 sports pack, that is, I mean, obviously you want the LeBron, but those three dudes are Hall of Famers right there. Like, I mean, it was 2, 3, and 4 in the draft. That was crazy. That was awesome. Let's skip the slab stock one is awesome. Maybe we could put it in our show notes for the YouTube if you guys want to go watch that, because he kind of bounces around in his clip a little bit on that one. But he had an unbelievable he ripped 2 cases of Bowman Sterling. He got a bunch of he got a Jackson Holiday out of 15, a Jackson Holiday out of 50, and he got a sick ass Corbin Carroll 3 out of 5 auto. It was unbelievable. So you guys should check that out. We'll put it in our little show notes and everything. But another one from Bowman Sterling. Do you have the picture up of this one?
Yeah.
I don't know sorry if I threw you off and went out of order, but yeah, look at this card. So Jackson Churio is the #1 prospect in the minor leagues right now. Everybody's excited about his debut next year. And obviously, if you know anything about baseball, if you watch baseball this year, midsummer, Ellie De La Cruz came up and he took the game over by storm. It was Ellie Mania all summer for a little while. He was making names. The Reds were hot, and he's an incredible talent. He's 6'7". He's one of the best players in the game. So this was a one-of-one card. It's probably $10,000 if I had to guess, like market value right now. I don't know, 10,000. The market's interesting right now, but either way, really cool card. Bowman Sterling had some unbelievable hits this year. And make sure you check out our social media, because we're probably going to post something. The guy that pulled the out of 10, I don't know if we told you this, but the 3 cards that we talked about that somebody pulled in here got a 10-10.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So that card, we'll probably talk about that tomorrow on the show, but really cool card. Bowman Sterling's been killing it. And real quick, we're just going to talk about this Corbin Carroll card. So when you're ripping product, right, and so we ripped Topps Chrome Update in the shop. We ripped 3 cases. You're always looking for a case hit, and usually they guarantee a certain insert in 1 per case, that kind of stuff. But there is also an insert called the Diamond Dominance. It's really select superstars. I think it's 1 in 546 packs. I got to check the exact math. But this is an unbelievable card. This one is of Corbin Carroll. So we hit our home run. This dude just won the NL Rookie of the Year. I think he was number 3 in MVP voting. He played in the World Series during his rookie year. This dude is an absolute stud and hopefully going to be one of the faces of baseball the next couple of years. So there were some comps that we were looking at. We don't really know how to comp it, but basically we're going to look at some other sales. Jonah, did you say the Volpe sold? It was listed. Okay, what was it listed for? 300? 600. Okay. So again, comping for something like this that is super rare when a product just comes out is kind of difficult. So sometimes you got to go look at the comps from last year's class, compare it to this kind of player, kind of understand where their markets are. Or you look at some of the other sales, right? Corbin Carroll's probably the top rookie of this class, and his card would probably sell the highest of this insert. But next highest would probably be Gunnar Henderson, then the Anthony Volpe, maybe Jordan Walker, maybe some of those guys. So as soon as those cards start selling, that'll give us a fair comp for this. But if the Anthony Volpe is listed for 600, we'd probably want this to be listed around 750, somewhere around there, maybe asking that price and then coming off that depending on what somebody feels comfortable buying it at. But either way, we're excited about this. We're about to send it off to SGC. So in about 5 days, maybe this time next week, we'll have it back in a slab and we'll see what it gets. And then we'll probably throw it up on eBay if anybody's interested. So super cool card. All right, let's roll into our betting picks of the night, and then we'll get you guys out of here. Again, we appreciate you guys being here. If you guys like collectibles, if you like sports gambling, please give us a follow here or subscribe to that. Share it with anybody that likes sports gambling, that likes collectibles. We're always talking about new product that's coming out, product that we have in the shop. And Joe and I are always giving you our educated guesses and when we're taking our calculated risk picks. So best line of the night, we liked Chet Holmgren. We talked about him a couple days ago about his rookie campaign that he's having this year. He went head-to-head with Victor Wembenyama the other night. Both of them disappointed a little bit. They didn't play their best. Chet missed a few shots, and I think he wound up with like 8 or 9 points. But he averages 15.7, averages 7.5 rebounds, averages 2.6 assists a night. So we're taking the over of 25.5 points, rebounds, and assists against Golden State. Golden State does not have Draymond Green because he is suspended for 5 games, who would probably be taking some of the brunt of defending Chet. He's probably going to be matched up with Dario Saric, I think is how you say his last name. But dude is 6'9", 6'10". As a power forward, Chet is 7'2", 7'3", with a crazy wingspan. I think Chet has a nice bounce back game, and I think he dominates him pretty easily tonight.
Before you move on, you talked about Draymond being suspended. Can we talk about what happened? Like, what are your thoughts there? Because obviously, they kind of got into a little squabble, and then Draymond came in and threw him in a chokehold, like straight rear naked. I understand wanting to protect your guy, but if you're trying to be the peacemaker, dude, grab your teammate.
Dude, Draymond is the worst. He is the worst. Let's call a spade a spade. You're absolutely right. Why did he and you even see Rudy. Rudy's like, all right, dude, get off of me. What are you doing? Like, I'm not even putting up a fight anymore. Like, stop. And he really wasn't, even in the beginning. He was kind of breaking it up, and he probably had his hand too close to Clay's neck that Golden State freaked out about. But
yeah, Rudy wasn't even involved in the original fight.
Dude, to me, it's Draymond being Draymond. Like, dude, you made a point to drag that man across the court 20 feet. Like, too much. Yeah. Too much. I think he should have been suspended 8 games. Like, I really do. But how about the theory? Oh, you weren't here yesterday. We were talking about it in the shop. There's a theory, and Rudy said this after the game, that Draymond just looks to get ejected anytime Steph is not playing.
I saw that. Yeah.
So it'd be interesting. And then Brant was in here yesterday, and he was like, dude, I went back and looked at it, and there's like 5 or 6 times that Steph didn't play and like Draymond got ejected. Like, it's been hilarious, yeah. So I thought that was funny. And he probably knew he was going to get suspended. He's like, perfect. Steph's out for like 2 weeks. It'll be great. Like, I'll be out too. We'll come back together.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's roll into the picks. This might not be a fan favorite if you guys are from Baton Rouge, and I feel a little uncomfortable doing it because I love my Tigers, but when I see a line of the night that just stands out at me, I feel like I got to take it. And basically, LSU basketball is playing in the Charleston Open, or it's a tournament in Charleston, South Carolina. A bunch of good teams are going there, one of them being Dayton, and they're playing Dayton tonight. LSU is +1. I just don't love that. I think LSU is going to get blown out. I'm not trying to be negative. I'm not trying to be a hater at all. I love LSU. I want them to win. So I like this bet because if I lose my money, at least LSU wins, and that's a good win for LSU. But after the game where they lost against Nicholls State at home last week, where they were a 24-point favorite, Coach McMahon was in the presser saying how Dayton is a top 15 program, and that they're going to travel 3,000 people to the game, and that he thought his guys are probably unaware of like what they're in for tonight. Now, they had a whole week to practice, and I'm sure he gave them a piece of their mind after that loss and things, and he's going to have them ready. But I think Dayton comes out, and I think they take care of business against LSU, unfortunately.
So my question is, if you are a Division I basketball player playing at an SEC school, how could you not know what you're in for playing Dayton?
The reason I say that is because McMahon, where did he come from again? I'm blanking right now. Murray State, right? Yeah. I'm assuming he's played in the Midwest, and that's where Dayton's from, Ohio, you know, and they just play. Are they in the big? I don't know what conference they're in, but I'm assuming he's played there. He knows their fans. He knows their fan base, and I think what he was alluding to in the presser was, do not underestimate Dayton, because maybe you didn't hear about them because we're in the SEC and Dayton's not down here and you don't know who they are, but they're a great basketball program and their fans care about basketball, so they're going to travel and you guys better be ready to play. So that's kind of the way that I took it, and I could see that. Like, as a kid from New Jersey, when I came down here to LSU, I didn't know half of these schools and stuff like that, and I would have had no idea that some mid-majors were good at sports or whatever, and it was like, oh, okay, so that was the way that I took it, sitting in the press conference at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going Dayton over LSU. At first, when I looked at the spreads, Notre Dame was plus 14.5 against Auburn tonight in their tournament in Brooklyn, New York. After I did some digging and understood about Notre Dame's program, I actually wanted to take Auburn minus 14.5. So I'm a little torn on this one, and instead I dropped down the over-under. Auburn is 2-0 in their overs. They've gone over in their 2 games. Notre Dame went over in one of them, so they're 3-1 in their 4 games that both of them have played. The line was at 143.5. I dropped it down to 142.5, and that gets me minus 125. So I'm probably going to throw $20 on that, and that'll be my second pick. And then I'm taking OKC minus 3 over Golden State. No Steph, no Draymond, and the Thunder are nice. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is a freaking. If he's not going to be in the top 3 of the MVP this year, I would lose money on that. So those are my 3 picks.
Yeah, I love the Auburn pick. I think Bruce Pearl is just an awesome, such a good coach. I know a lot of people don't like him for other reasons, but I think he's a great coach.
I love him.
Yeah.
And they average 90 points a game. So, I mean, like, let's do the math on that. If Notre Dame can score 50, like, 52, 53, I feel good about that.
Yeah. My picks today, all, again, Thursday night football, Mondays, Thursdays, Fridays. I'm pretty much always going to have some sort of football pick. That's just what I like.
I love the Thursday night games now. Like, I look forward to them a lot.
Yeah, so I did it all in a parlay. I'm also going to take them as straight bets, so it's actually going to be 4 bets here.
Nice.
But I have Joe Burrow under 251.5 passing yards. That's minus 114. I know a lot of people, especially here, don't love that play. But last 3 games versus the Ravens, he threw for 222, 215, and 217, and he kind of off to a slow start this year. So I like that one. If I was worried about the parlay, that would probably be what worries me a little bit, but I'm also going to take it straight. I also have Lamar Jackson over 42.5 rushing yards. That's, again, minus 114. He's rushed for over 42.5 7 out of the 9 times he's played the Bengals, and Trey Hendrickson just went down on Sunday. Yeah. So they're losing. The Bengals are down a defensive lineman. Lamar is one of the best rushers in the league at the quarterback position. Lastly, Bengals over 21.5 total points. Scored over 21 for their last 5 matchups versus the Ravens. Feel safe there. Even including a loss to the Ravens this year, they put up 24 points. So,
I love it. I told you I loved all 3 of them. I loved your reasoning. I'm wondering, I'm just doing some line reading. I wonder why the over 21.5 is like so low at minus 104. Is it because the Ravens have a good defense? Do they have a good defense?
I think it's more so just I think it's how inconsistent the Bengals offensively have been. Even Tyler Boyd dropping the game-winning touchdown last week. Like, just they've had a lot of weird stuff happen.
Ugh. I had the Bengals in that one too. Killed me. Oh, we didn't do the lottery. Let's do the lottery really quick for the football game. I like the one we've been doing with we're gonna hit that one this year. We're gonna do it.
By the way, the parlay that I have together, again, I am taking them all straight bets. Yeah. Probably throw a little more money on the straight bets than I will the parlay. But the parlay is plus 739, so not far from the lottery.
What's something we could just because I like that one already, but it's not. Those are your picks. I don't want to take them for the lottery ticket. I really do like that. I'm going to put $25 on the plus 739. Like, I actually really like it, and especially your reasoning. If you want to make it
what am I looking for? You want to make it a true lottery pick, we can throw in Oregon State money line over Washington this weekend.
That's right. Do you like that pick?
I like it. They're the favorite right now. They're minus 2.5.
Oof. What is that? I wonder what that makes it. That'll definitely be over 1,000, obviously.
Yeah.
It'll probably be like 1298 would be my guess.
Let's see here. Oregon State is minus 112. I think Arizona was actually an underdog, but I like them this week too.
Ooh, I'm excited about your 10-second runoff picks tomorrow too.
Yeah. So yeah, Arizona's a 1.5 point underdog to Utah. You can take them money line at -110, and I love that. Like if I had to do a power rating, if I had to do a true power rating system, I'd have Arizona like right outside of my top 15. I don't know if Utah would make my top 25.
Really?
Yeah.
I like it. Do we like Joe Mixon for do we like Gus Edwards or Joe Mixon better for rushing receiving yards tonight? That's what I'm trying to decide between right
Probably Joe Mixon.
Joe Mixon, that's what I think too. All right, let's see what his over-under is for that. Over-under is 78.5. I usually like to take 75, so 75 is only -150. Let's see what Gus Edwards. Gus Edwards doesn't even have – they don't even have him for – it would be Keaton Mitchell. Wow. Is he their number one back?
Who?
Keaton Mitchell?
No. It'd be Gus Edwards is.
Huh. Gus Edwards must not receive the ball. He must not catch the ball that much. They don't even have it for him. All right, well, we're going to do Joe Mixon, 75 plus. We're going to do – who's catching passes tonight?
Tyler Boyd, Jamar Chase. You have –
I might go Mark Andrews receptions.
Love it.
Yep. We were talking about it. I like the tight ends. I like it. Over 4.5. I like him for 5 receptions, yeah. And Jamar's is over 7.5. That's a lot.
Jamar's is, 7.5 receptions is a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I would take that.
What about Irv Smith Jr., 1.5 receptions? He targeted him a decent amount last week.
Yeah, he's the starting tight end for the Bengals.
Yeah. Let's go 2 tight ends. Let's go.
I like it.
All right. And you liked the team total? No, let's stick with our defensive props. Let's see. Jermaine Pratt. I'm going with him again. That's my guy. Over 4.5. Pratt plays for
The Bengals.
Bengals, right? Yeah. Do you like Logan Wilson or you like Pratt better for tackles?
Logan Wilson.
I like it too because last week I took him for 5 and he didn't get 5. He ended with 3 or 4. So I feel like he's gonna get it. What about Roquan Smith? He plays.
So fair warning here. I love Roquan Smith, but he's also on my fantasy team in the IDP. He's been balling. Like he's solid. He's a 14-point linebacker in fantasy, but that's up to you.
All right. What about Daxton Hill? Who does he play for? You know?
I would go Roquan over Daxton Hill.
Let's go. I like Roquan. Oh man, this is it. It's at plus 1,800. And what kicker are we taking? Justin Tucker, Evan McPherson.
Justin Tucker is literally the best kicker of all time. So you go old school Justin Tucker, or you go young buck Evan McPherson.
So here's the thing: Evan McPherson, his over under is 1.5. Tucker's is 2.5. So they're saying that the Ravens are going to score 3 touchdowns and the Bengals are only going to score 2, or at least that's what. So the Bengals. I mean, do we think the Ravens score 3 touchdowns?
I think it's safer to take the Bengals to score 2.
That's kind of what I was thinking too. All right, I like it. Joe Mixon, 75 plus, alternative rushing, receiving. Andrews, 5. Dude, I weirdly love this. Part of me wants to take out Roquan Smith.
Take him out. You're close enough. Like you're over plus.
Oh yeah, we're at plus 2,300 without the boost.
Yeah.
Let's see. If we take him out, we're at 1,300 plus 1,300. We like it?
Yeah, I'm in.
I kind of want to keep him in, though. My gamble. I'm going to do this one, then we're going to add him in on another one, too. But this will be the official, the 5-leg. All right. We'll put it in the show notes, but it's 75 plus for rushing and receiving for Joe Mixon, over 4.5 receptions for Mark Andrews, over 1.5 receptions for Irv Smith Jr., over 4.5 tackles for Logan Wilson, and 2 extra points for Evan McPherson. Plus 1,300. I love it, baby. We're putting $10 on it. All right. We will see you guys tomorrow. Again, thank you guys for being here. If you guys enjoy the show, please subscribe. It goes a long way. Share it with your friends. Interact with us on social media. If you guys are ever in the chats here, let us know what you think. Communicate with us. We would love for you guys to be a part of this community. And if you guys are in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, make sure you come check out our collectible shop in Perkins Row. But we will see you guys tomorrow morning.